Alright, so here's my weight loss video part 2. I know some of you guys may have watched my video last week. One small amount of you guys, but some of you watched it. And going forward, for anybody who watches this, you can go back and see that I have been losing weight. And just watch my first weight loss update. Now, I will have to explain some things over because I started a body transformation series, but I didn't keep it. So I'm 154.2, and actually I stepped on the scale before I had a camera in my hand, and I was 153.6. So I've lost roughly 3 pounds since the last video. I do want to slow down some. I do want to get to about 150, and I want to kind of level off there. I don't mind if I go back up to about 155 or so, because I am still trying to build upper body mass, but because I have deleted the series I had, the body transformation, let me give you guys a quick story and a quick rundown as to why I am trying to lose weight. And a lot of my friends know me, they're like, yo, you don't need to lose weight. But actually, I did need to lose weight because I had put on, I was 140 and I got up to 190. And that was all muscle. I had a friend who played in the NFL that I grew up with. He got injured. He came back home. He was on retirement. I was like, yo, I'm trying to get big. What do I need to do? He was like, let's work out together. So, long story short, I went out and bought a weight set. And within 5 to 6 months, I put on 50 pounds of muscle. And listen, the workouts me and him were doing were extremely hard, but they were short, to the point, and they worked. You know what I mean? I told him I wanted to put on muscle, and that's what happened. And let me explain why I wanted to put on the muscle. For a long time, well, since my teens and in my early 20s, I had always wanted a larger upper physique, which was challenging for me. I just don't have the genetics that say, you know, if I'm working out really hard with my chest and my upper body, get big. My lower body, that's a different story. My belly button and below, I can get gains in that area exponentially. My belly button and above, that's a different story. That took a lot of work for me. And a lot of my friends, you know, they were doing their 50 push-ups a day and 25 push-ups a day. And these dudes' chests was like, were crazy. You know what I mean? I could never do that. And I tried everything. I tried the wide push-ups. I tried the diamonds. I was doing the dips. I had push-up bars. I was doing the 50 push-ups a day, 100 push-ups a day, 200. None of that worked for me, yo. I was really happy with the results I had got from my friend. And once again, we were lifting really heavy. I mean, everything we did was to failure. I mean, we maxed out maybe once a week, but outside of that, we were close to our max. I mean, sometimes in a set, I was only getting things up 3, 4, maybe 5 times with his help, but every set was a failure too. So, long story short, in that time frame, I put on 50 pounds of all muscle, and it looked good, but to me, I really didn't notice it. A lot of people noticed it, and it felt nice being stronger. You know what I mean? I noticed the difference in my body. So he went down to Atlanta to try out for the Atlanta Falcons, and he didn't come back home. And at that time, my business was extremely busy. So when he was away, I would say 4 to 5 months to a year, all that muscle turned into fat. And keep in mind, I was still lifting here and there, but the workouts weren't anything like what he had shown me at all. So when that muscle turned into fat, that was horrible for me. I eventually couldn't go up and down steps. I would walk about maybe not even a quarter of a mile. I would walk about 200 or 300 meters. I was out of breath. I was out of breath going up steps. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't breathe when I was sleeping. I would wake up choking, gasping for air. I would sit down just at a table somewhere eating, and I noticed myself snoring. It was horrible. I knew right away something was wrong, and it didn't dawn on me immediately that it was the weight. But after I had a sleep study done, and my doctor didn't mention this, but he was trying to have me do all these different tests and this and that. He didn't say to me, how much had you weighed throughout your life and how much do you weigh now? That probably should have been one of the first questions he asked, but he didn't ever ask me that at all. And after all the tests and stuff I had done, I had mentioned to him I had put on a lot of weight and maybe I need to lose the weight. And he was like, you know what, maybe you're right. So I had sleep studies done, blood tests, all this different stuff done, probably for no reason, because had he suggested I should try to lose some weight, I probably would have felt much better. But during that time, I was doing a lot of different, after that time, I was trying to do a lot of different diets because I did some research on YouTube and Google and a lot of different health sites, and came to the conclusion. I'm not a doctor, but I mean, you put two and two together, and it makes sense. So I came to the conclusion that it was the weight I had put on, and mind you, throughout my life, up until my mid-20s, I had always weighed somewhere in the range of 130 pounds to 135 pounds, and I'm 5'8", so that's normal for somebody my height and of my physique. I don't have a really large bone structure above my belly button, and everything else below is pretty normal. So I had to figure out how to lose the weight. I started doing low calorie. I started cutting out the carbs. I started running miles, going to the track and trying to do like a mile here, a mile there, maybe 2 miles, working my way up. And to be honest with you, none of that stuff worked. So I went and did more research and pretty much started trying different diets over longer periods of time. And what I learned works best for me is cutting out sugar. And I might have a juice or a soda maybe once a week, and half of that, I only drink half a cup mixed in with water. So sometimes sometimes within the week I won't have any juice or soda at all, and pretty much for the most part, a lot of sugary foods I've cut out of my diet, period. I'll eat sugar very infrequently, or things that are sweet, but I pretty much altogether cut that out of my diet. And with that, I've lost mostly all the weight, Also, I've been doing high intensity interval training along with like slower cardio. Like I'll ride my bike for about 7 to 8 miles. Sometimes I've done 10 to 15 miles, and the weight has steadily come off. It's been about 6 months since I started my series that I have deleted, which is why I'm giving you guys an update now. But when I started, I was 189, and as you can see now, I'm down to 154.2. So let me give you guys a little insight into my diet. Every single day I start with a glass of water. It makes the weight loss process so easy. After I have a glass of water, I'll have oatmeal, or I'll have eggs, or I'll have cereal. Recently, I've cut out the oatmeal, and I've cut back on the cereal. So in between that time and lunch, I have water again. I'll snack on maybe chocolate, or I'll snack on some nuts, walnuts, almonds, and I'll also snack on rice patties too. And from there, for lunch, I'll have, for the most part, majority of the time, just to keep this video short, what I've been doing is I've been eating chicken and mostly meats, and I'll have vegetables, but mostly chicken. Chicken, I would say, is about 50 to 60% of my diet. And I don't do any of the breaded stuff. I don't do any of the fried stuff. I do grilled chicken or baked chicken. and that has helped significantly with me losing weight. I'll typically have vegetables with that, and with the vegetables, I'll just add like cheese to the veggies. Nothing spectacular. I don't do a lot of spicing. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I've cut out a lot of the spicier foods too, and stuff with like a lot of salt in it. So on to dinner, and in between dinner, once again I'll have another cup of water. I try to get in like 2 glasses of water before dinner after lunch, and I'll snack on something again, and then I'll have dinner, which will probably be chicken again. Like I said, it's like 60% of my diet, or I'll have steak or any meat. I eat all the different meats: steak, chicken, fish, pork, lamb. Protein is a big part of my diet, and more recently I've been adding carbs back into my diet because at some point I had become carb deficient, and my body was trying to hold on to carbs. So once I got to about 160, I hit a wall trying to lose the weight, and that was because I was cutting out the carbs. My body was trying to hold on to carbs so it would hold on to weight, and I would say as early as 3 weeks ago, I've been adding more carbs into my diet, and as you can see from last week's video and this week's video, I'm still losing weight. So after dinner, I'll try to have like another snack, and if I still feel hungry, I'll fix what I have for dinner, or if there's leftovers, I'll eat it again sometime between 8 and 9, and I eat till I'm full, and at that point, that's it. I won't eat anything. So after my weight loss update, if you guys have any questions or you want to know a little bit more, because I know this is still really brief, just hit me with any comments and I'll answer your questions as best I can. But I went from 189 to 154 without going to any specialists or anything, or using Nutrisystem or Weight Watchers. You can do it too. Hit me up, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later.